You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line. That's why we're going back. Does anybody else want to stay? Let's ride!
Good night already. It's a good night already, everybody. How are you? It's 7:01 p.m. on the East Coast. It's the 11th day of the 11th month. November 11th. It's Veterans Day. And we've got some Veterans Day stuff to do tonight. Unfortunately, none of it happy. But, which is keeping true to the format of the show, which is try to find a way to lightheartedly deliver, as lightheartedly as possible, deliver the insanity from the world on the outside. But no, that's not true. We always find really nice pockets of time to focus in on the good things in life that can't be disrupted by the mentally ill. And tonight I've got two guys that are really, really good for my mental health. I have go across the street over there. We got Jay Gulinello. What's going on, Jay?
What's happening?
Good to see you, brother.
Yes, you too.
I was going to say brother and friend, and I said frother.
You invented a new term, and I'm going to commandeer it.
And then over here to my left is Sal the Butcher. Sal the Barbell Butcher. What's going on, Sal?
What's up, boys and girls?
Oh, man, it's so good to have you back.
Good being here, brother.
When was the last time you were here? Was it the night that Matt from Cultivate Elevate was in?
That is correct.
That only half of the episode exists now?
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Oh, were a lot of things spoken about that night that were not YouTube friendly.
Well, we were going to talk about. I forgot what we were going to talk about that night, but we took an unexpected 40-minute detour into the Holocaust.
I remember that night. Actually, I was listening at home. I was like, "Oh, I like this."
So
I'll never forget the look on your face, Friday.
I just like it's only on you. It's available everywhere else.
Yeah.
It's not on YouTube, but I'm just
It was
like
just surprising.
it was a surprising detour.
One minute we were talking about copper, and the next minute it's the
I
Holocaust.
know. The Holocaust for 40 minutes.
So we were going to talk about lions, man.
Actually, it was
silly.
It was like 35 minutes and 40 pages of slides.
I know the slides.
He came with a full PowerPoint presentation.
You gotta respect someone who comes with slides. I do.
Matt's the best. I really love him.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh well, tonight we're just gonna be chilling. I got news that I think you both are really going to like. Around 8:20, I can't wait to bring James Barry on from Pluck. Pluck was one of the sponsors for the Jamboree that I said, hey, listen, James, we'd love to have you on. I was trying to find a way to get him involved. I said, let's instead have you on because there's so much ads we were running over the course of the summer.
Yeah.
I said, let's have you on right before the major holidays because he's got this awesome organ meat seasoning that I use on all my steaks.
I know. I have 2 bags of it at home right now.
So he'll be on for about 15 minutes or so around in the second hour. The after hours, the flip side, I've got some stuff for the flip side. I forgot to put the link in last night. Listen, it's a new thing. I give myself a new thing to do every couple of weeks, and then it becomes part of the routine that's already 3 pages long.
Oh.
I gotta put that back in there. Anyway, Sal just brought up some fun stuff that we got to look back at the from our time at the Adirondacks.
Looking forward to that. Living vicariously through you two.
That's good. That'll be on screen. But
Should have been there, Jay. You should have been there.
I know. I should have.
Next time.
Son of a bitch.
I know. Son of a bitch. I don't know. There's just so much going on here tonight, but I wanted to do throw some things at you in the first half.
Okay.
Unless you guys have some pressing matters that you want to bring to the table.
We wanted to
It's your
commandeer
show,
the
Frank.
show. Yeah.
Yeah, but is everything okay with you guys? Your lives are
everything's okay. Yeah.
Your lives are fine.
We're
We're
okay.
good to go,
Your
brother.
families are good.
Ready
Thank
to
God.
Good. It's winter.
run. Not yet.
No, it's winter.
Today it felt a
Today
little
is
bit like
winter.
winter. Yeah.
But anyway,
I was
so-
unprepared. I left the house and it was like 20 mile an hour winds that were. I was like, what is happening here?
Well, you know, I had, you know that guy Ryan Hall. You ever get the weather from Ryan Hall? He's one of those big weather streamers.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, listen, you want to talk about the new weather channels? It's
Yeah.
not the Weather Channel anymore. I mean, what is done independently is really something else.
So even the weather is decentralized now.
Oh, it's amazing.
I like that.
It's actually all I go by for like a whole year now.
Wow.
It's fantastic.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Well, now, yeah, and everybody's consensus right now is because of the La Nina weather patterns in the Pacific. I forgot what it was. We were just talking about that not too long ago. The consensus for everybody is that whatever we have not been getting as far as precipitation and snow and all that stuff for the last 10 years, we're going to be making up for up here in the north. That the frozen weather and all that stuff and the moisture is going to just be trapped on top of us for months. And we're going to be getting feet worth, whereas
This winter.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the new Farmer's Almanac then.
It's like I said, if you want, as soon as I take out my snowblower, that will change. The snow will not come.
Right. So just do that for all of us.
I will. You just mentioned this Farmer's Almanac. You know what's going away? I'm pretty sure Lauren sent it to me.
Oh, is that like the Mayan calendar? Did we
Oh my
reach the end of the Farmer's Almanac? It's like, wow, we don't know now.
Yeah, did the Mayans write about this?
Here.
2025, I got nothing.
The farmers,
I got nothing.
the Farmer's Almanac is ending publication with its 2026 edition due to financial challenges from the current media environment. We're talking about over 200 years.
Current media environment.
Over 200 years of the Farmer's Almanac being out there, and 2026 is the last year.
Now, let me ask you a question, because I really honestly don't know this, and I'm not being tongue in cheek, but did the Farmer's Almanac, when they say like the current media condition, did they kind of go wokey, and were they kind of like blaming everything on climate change? I honestly don't know. And have people just ignored them and now no one cares anymore? Is that what happened to them?
I can't imagine. It's here. Why it's stopping. This is from Yahoo. According to its releases, the officials for the Almanac say its decision reflects the growing financial challenges of producing and distributing the Almanac in today's chaotic media environment. I have to imagine that means, for the most part, the media is digitized and the Almanac is a very comfy, cozy analog piece of media.
But you'd think they could have the website that would just be of the same version.
Well,
I don't know. Or maybe it's the idea that there's so many independent weather like you were just saying, some independent weather people out there that the need for the Farmer's Almanac is just
maybe the farmers are just tired of writing it. You know, all the farmers out in the Midwest that are getting abused by the economy.
We got work to do.
I love it.
I don't. Who needs an almanac?
The Almanac has been published each and every year since 1818, even when the editor, Ray Geiger, was overseas serving in World War II. And we also recognize that it's more than just a book. It's a way of life, a tradition, a resource for so many people for so many years. Continuing, though, he says, however, readers now access information and answers differently, and the trajectory of newsstand sales made this decision necessary. The financial challenges of producing and distributing the Almanac in today's chaotic media environment, unfortunately. I really, the only person in my life that I know of that was getting it regularly was Lauren's grandmother. And I used to love thumbing through it.
I had one when I was a kid, yeah.
Yeah, I just loved all the things that were being sold in it, especially if you find old Farmer's Almanacs and you all these. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was almost like a flea market.
It really was. I mean, why couldn't it be the Washington Post or the New York Times that packs it up?
Yeah,
it has to be the Farmer's Almanac.
Damn, that's it. Exactly.
It's interesting.
So,
all right, well, anchors away.
Yeah, that's that. Okay, so let's see here. Here's something I wanted to throw at you guys. And it's a bigger part of, there's a bigger story to this I want to ask you about, and that's betting, the legalization of gambling, how it's just so widespread at this point. It's not just the casinos, it's everywhere. Now there's a new sports book betting scandal that just popped up. We had the NBA a couple of weeks ago, which I haven't heard too much about it, but it's a big deal. It's RICO charges essentially. The DOJ is a part of it. And then, at some point, somebody's going to hit up the NFL again. But now the MLB.
And the UFC.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I haven't heard about either of these.
And the UFC.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's the focus of the UFC one?
So the UFC, and forgive my ignorance, but the gist of what I got was that the referees that were reffing these fights, mostly undercard fights and stuff,
okay,
were in the mix in Vegas. So whether they were breaking up a fight, or breaking up something on the ground, because obviously it's MMA. So if they're breaking up something on the ground, when a guy has, an advantage on the ground, from like a Brazilian jiu-jitsu or wrestling background, they would stand them back up or something just to give the other guy a chance. That's kind of what I understood. I know this is still a developing story, but the UFC, I'm not really a big NBA or NFL guy anymore. UFC, and they kind of really just took the wind out of my sails again with a sport.
Well, listen to this. I can see what you're talking about with that, and
it's so subtle too. Like the audience may not have any idea something like that's going on.
And I'm sure there's fighters that are involved too.
Well, this is what I'm talking about with the overall betting culture. That we're like, it's not just like emerging. We're smack dab in the middle of it. Sure. It's for everything too. Yeah. You can go to Kalshi right now. It's like one of the biggest betting sites out there. And it's not just who is facing off in the NCAA world, or if it's NFL, MLB, NHL, whatever the hell it is. It's not even just about sports. People, for example, I had to pull it up. People right now, you can place bets on climate fluctuations.
I was looking at it during the presidential election because it was actually a relatively decent predictor.
There is a total of $383,000 that's been thrown into the pot to see who's going to come out on the winning end of the high temperature in Miami today. I mean,
that's crazy.
We're talking about this. It's not just sport.
That's an addiction.
Sports and all that. I mean, but it's everywhere.
Yeah.
In the middle of a game, you have these like FanDuel pop-ups that come in the bottom right-hand corner that tells you what the odds are of any random thing happening. And what I didn't know is, and I should have known, because you can bet on anything. What garments the Pope is going to be wearing at an appearance. Yeah. You could be what alternative jerseys are going to be worn by one team or another.
Yeah.
But this is the latest thing with the MLB. And what they did. So on Sunday, federal prosecutors, let me get this up on the screen. Hold on. On Sunday, federal prosecutors unsealed an indictment that charged, what's his name? Luis Ortiz and Emmanuel Clase. These are two pitchers from the Indians. And Clase has been like one of the best closers in the game for a couple of years. He always blows it against the Yankees, thank God. But anyway, anything else? For the alleged roles in gambling schemes centered on whether individual pitches would be balls or strikes, as well as over-under on the velocity of some pitches. Okay, so you want to talk about the micro betting that's being done, but it's still, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. So according to the indictment, gamblers won approximately $450,000 on bets on individual pitches during this alleged scheme. That these two guys, so for example, $10,000 on a first pitch strike tonight that's under 95 miles an hour. And what they were starting to see was these guys were essentially just spiking pitches.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can see how this could completely destroy sports.
I know, and you can say, well, they weren't throwing the game, like they weren't the 1919 White Sox or something like that. But it's almost worse, like death by 1,000 paper cuts. I'm telling you. Now, here, you got to take a look at this. Here's an example of this. Now, this is the one that gave it all away. This is the one that's actually in the indictment. This is Emmanuel Clase versus Andy Pages, who is the center fielder for the Dodgers. And Pages, he's like known for being a very bad ball. He swings at everything. So he screwed up. He screwed up this in the dirt pitch that Clase thought that it was, most people are going to take this strike. or they're going to take this ball. Take a look at this. So this is the one that gets blown.
So this
here.
is in the indictment.
Yeah.
Wow.
Watch.
And a swing and a miss.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
Now
Look at this.
Now look now there's the indictment right there. You saw that? He swung at something he wasn't supposed to. Here, I already broke it down over here. So the date and the context here. Class A texted better number one. This is on May 28th, 2025. He texted better number one in advance, coordinating to throw an intentional first pitch ball to the leadoff hitter Pajes for a prop bet payout. The two bettors wagered $4,000 total, including a parlay that the pitch would be a ball or a hit by pitch, expecting Class A to groove a slider low and away. What happened, though, was that Class A fired a slider that bounced in the dirt well outside the strike zone, but Pajes, true to form, chased it aggressively, swinging and missing. You ruined it. The bet lost, costing the bettors $4,000. Now, immediately, the immediate fallout afterwards is the text that they sent each other. 20 minutes post game, better number one texted Class A gift of a man hanging himself with toilet paper, implying frustration or suicide by annoyance. And Class A replied with a sad puppy dog gif acknowledging the slip up. He essentially it's just
wow. I had no idea this was going on,
dude.
I guess I'm just naive, but that is, I mean, to me, that's just as bad as throwing an entire game.
You can't even cheat good. You're a fucking loser.
You're
dude.
such a loser.
Well, you know the thing that really is crazy is that it's the undisciplined hitters that screwed this. But and then this is an incredible clip of Luis Ortiz, the other pitcher for Cleveland, that is playing up against Anthony Volpe of the Yankees, who has had a horrible year. Horrible year. And here is a sequence that is now being overanalyzed, where you hear Ortiz scream in like anger, like almost like fuck, like he blew something, like he screwed something up by striking out Volpe. Hold on, let me see where the hell is it? There we go. Take a listen to this one. Anthony Volpe plate discipline or lack thereof is single-handedly responsible for foiling an alleged gambling scheme. Here,
Swing and a miss. He came right back in, struck.
Here we go. It's this one. You'll hear it.
He ate him up and
This
struck him
last
out. Yankees a little longer, and it just started because he might have been the only guy. He was the first.
You hear him scream fuck?
Yeah.
He's upset that he struck him out. I mean, maybe he was supposed to drop that slider into the dirt, and it ended up just being perfectly placed. And I don't know.
So listen to this. I'll give you, Frank, I have a friend of mine, my friend Johnny, who, he gambles. And apparently he's a personal trainer. And he has a friend that was a personal trainer for a guy that was in the NBA. And this is about like a year and a half ago. And me and him are in the gym together and we're training. And he got a tip that this guy was going to get hurt during the game. And they bet it. This guy, I'm not going to name names right now. And I don't know his name off the top of my head. I'm not going to blow anybody's spot. But it kind of, that was the first moment in my mind where I was like, everything is fake.
Yeah.
And we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. And this guy no longer plays in the NBA.
Man.
Oh, the NBA thing that just got uncovered is nuts. It gives new context to everything that you thought was weird. I can't wait until the NFL gets rung up, because people on Instagram and elsewhere, they have been clipping up insane, inexplicable NFL plays for years now. Of people who are like defenders who are just like right there, ready to wrap up somebody, and they just kind of like fall away. Yeah. They haven't gotten juked, nothing like that. It's so there's weird shit going on there, and what this shows is that there's like a micro economy where you can do little tiny things and still generate hundreds of thousands of dollars. Perhaps it's not a big $10 million swindle, but over the course of a season, it's just crazy.
And you got to think, I don't know what that pitcher is making, but this is where you've got to say it can't be about the money. It actually has to be some kind of a disease then, because they're
premier pitchers.
Yeah.
It's the devil, dude. It's sin.
I'm with you.
It's sin. I mean, look how far it goes, Frank. Look how far it goes. It goes from who's going to win the game to what's this pitch going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really sad too because it takes the, I don't particularly care for the people who, my falling out with sports was mostly COVID related because I thought the sports leagues just made asses of themselves, putting cardboard cutouts and piping in crowd noise. Like that was a complete joke. And I stopped watching sports I'm trying to get back into it, but it's really hard because all the leagues lost me, including hockey, which was like kind of the toughest of all the sports. But when they started playing around with that stuff, I was like, yeah, I'm good.
As soon as they brought the national anthem into it for me, that was, I haven't watched an NFL game since. Since then, I've never sat through a Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's harder and harder. But then you get to that point where, but I, Frank, you've always said this, and I do like the idea of sports. It reminds me of at its most authentic, it's the best of human competition, like we were talking about before, like with strongman competitions or whatever it is. Just, I like competition in human athletes that are just grinding, and you get a real sense of just an authentic, I'm the better guy today, you're the better guy tomorrow, that kind of thing. I love that. But now this gives a whole credence to the whole sports ball people who think you're an idiot for even caring about it. But I think there are societal impacts to sports. I think there's a cohesive element to sports. I don't buy the sports ball people, but this just feeds that fire. Like, you're an idiot for even wasting your time with it because it's all fake.
Well, it does feed it, and it's got to get addressed. But here's the problem. And Sal went to something a lot more sweeping and more human condition based, and that is sin. And that's why I said, well, listen, this is crazy. And first of all, let me just say, get Pete Rose into the Hall of Fame yesterday. Yeah, that's for starters. All the shit a guy bets on his team to win, and he gets a lifetime ban.
I know, when you think about what's going on now, it's
this is ridiculous.
They should be expelled from the MLB indefinitely.
I mean, that's crazy.
I mean, if the standard is going to hold up, I mean, because you're not doing anything that goes against your team, even if it's just one spiked pitch. Yeah. If you're a closer, you're coming in the ninth inning with a 3-run or less lead. That wild pitch can lead to a blown save easily.
Frank, if George Steinbrenner was alive today and somebody on his team was accused of that, what would have happened? They're gone so fast.
Oh, forget about George Steinbrenner. If you were on a team with a captain like Derek Jeter, would be gone. He has been single-handedly responsible for getting cancers out of clubhouses. Like, good captains will do that.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why I said I wanted to bring this up, is because, putting sports aside, the betting culture, it's at FanDuel, Kings, what's the other one?
Oh yeah, DraftKings.
Yeah. Dude, it's everywhere. And like I just said, the Kalshi thing, you can bet on the weather. And people are doing it. There's just so.
Well, we all know at least you can't influence the weather.
Yeah, I know.
What's the over on a tornado hitting Oklahoma tomorrow?
I don't know.
Fire up hot.
Yeah.
Will there be? Here's another one. There's only about $29,000 on this one. Will there be an at least 8.0 magnitude earthquake in the state of California? Wait, before 2026.
Oh, no.
Could that be why?
Christmas earthquake. Like, what?
Yeah.
Jay, you just turned light. Could that be why they're discontinuing the almanac?
That's interesting.
Oh,
it is a prediction book.
You know, the crazy thing is that the almanac is probably the antidote to all this other shit.
You know what? Yes.
Yeah.
The almanac is the antidote.
Yeah, I don't. I mean,
stop.
Wow.
I know. That's just what it is.
I feel so naive. I mean, obviously, I know gambling exists, and I know people bet on things. I guess I even knew that there were prop bets, but I didn't realize to the degree that it was. I mean, and to your point, Frank, what are those other? Not just the pitchers, but the captain of the Indians. Like, I don't care how good a closer that guy is. Drive him out of your team. That's a disgrace to have a guy like that on your team.
Disgrace.
I mean, it's just like, what?
Wow. Depending on how many people are doing, like,
That's true.
Who's going to narc on their teammate for spiking up with some andro in 1995, 1996, when you know that you're going to be taking down a whole house of cards. And to be honest, when it came to the Balco Hotel and all of the performance enhancing protocols and stuff, because they weren't. It wasn't steroids,
Right.
Right. When you look more into it, but it's crazy. I look at that and I'm just like, yeah, you feel like a spring chicken in the dog days of summer when everybody else is really banged up, and you've got all this nice HGH flowing through you, and your cartilage is feeling nice and spunky. But
that's you're right though. That seems like child's play.
It's child's play
compared to what's going on now. You're still doing the best for yourself and for your team.
You're trying
Yeah.
you know what? It made baseball fun in the late 90s.
It did. I can't argue with
It
that.
almost brought it back.
It brought back. Listen, there's nothing you can do to get me to put a needle in my ass.
Yeah.
So, and of course, there is the responsible thing you have to do with your children to talk to them about, what goes on out there and how people, whatever.
Sammy Sosa's not real. He's a cartoon character.
Dude.
You don't want to be like him.
No.
But it's fun to watch.
And, and then he turned white for a little while.
That was weird. Do you think it was a side effect?
Is he
Permanently
is he black again?
I don't think so.
No.
Or he's Dominican.
Well, he is Dominican, but he black. I'm not black. Like that's how,
But did he get his skin tone back?
No, I don't think so. He went the Michael Jackson route, right?
I think he looks like a Dominican Colonel Sanders now. He's so white that it's
he doesn't look at that.
No, dude. Sammy Sosa is not Sammy Sosa anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sammy Sosa was a very dark complexioned
Very.
Caribbean Dominican.
Yeah.
And listen, a stupendous baseball player.
But the McGuire Sosa chase that year, I vividly remember going to a Red Sox game in Fenway Park, and half the time I'm watching the Red Sox, and the other half of the time I'm looking at the Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire. They were on the counter was on the board because it was at the end of the season, and they were like in September, and they were both chasing that record. And that was really fun.
They both broke it.
And I just wish it was. I wish it was authentic. But when I look at it in context of what's going on now, it's like, is anything sacred anymore?
You remember that home run derby?
I don't know.
Oh yeah,
I do.
How much fun that home run derby was to watch as a kid.
Yeah.
And then we had Ken Griffey baseball on as the game.
As long as you don't cork a bat, I think corked bats are worse than steroids.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But either way, it's all asterisk worthy, and I just think that with every new revelation of how it really is across everywhere, I say get Pete Rose in and get Alex Rodriguez and Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame. I mean, they let David Ortiz in, so it shouldn't matter. Come on now.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if A-Rod and Clemens were heroin addicts if they deserve at that point. But yeah, okay. Well, so here's something else. Just moving on to another thing. Did you guys see that very famous now 2-minute clip of Sydney Sweeney getting kind of just badgered by that GQ, the passive aggressive nitwit?
I did
Catherine Stoffel.
Yes.
Oh, I missed it. You sound exasperated though. Sal.
It's exasperating.
Okay.
And I have to say, we have to just watch this 2 minutes because it's grueling. And I have to imagine. Listen, this is just the worst of women. Yeah, this is the worst. This is almost as bad as it gets.
Okay.
And this is why most women can't stand women.
All right.
Okay.
Ready.
So she is trying for 2 minutes. It's like trying to pull a mule to say sorry for doing the American Eagle jeans ad. Okay.
I can't even believe.
I know. I was waiting for you guys to do this. It's already like a week old, but I don't care. All right, here we go. Take a look. Let's take a listen.
I'm literally in jeans and a t-shirt like every day of my life.
Jeans are uncontroversial. Jeans are awesome.
Yeah, I like your jeans.
You look great in your jeans. I think I know how you're going to answer this, but I'm going to ask anyway. I mean, the president tweeted about the jeans ad, or Truth Socialed about the jeans ad, and that just seems to me like a very crazy moment for anyone. And I wonder.
Oh God.
Okay. Get it out.
What that was like.
It was surreal.
What was it like? Okay, the beating, the setting up, walking around the target, this hawkish, the vulture scavenger, like looking for some carrion.
The look on her face was funny. What was that?
I know. Why? No, it's you got tweeted by the president. Was that icky? Was it icky being retweeted by Trump?
I'm so glad I don't know this reporter.
Oh, who? Why would you?
Yeah.
It was surreal. Mm-hmm. And it would be totally human. I would probably feel like
your parents failed you.
Thankful that somebody had my back in public.
Wait, what?
What does that mean?
And conveniently, some very powerful people had my back in public. And I wondered if you felt that way.
I don't think that it's not that feeling I didn't have that feeling, but I wasn't thinking of it like that.
You can tell Sydney Sweeney doesn't I think she knows what's going on right now. Like she's trying to lead the witness into saying something, negative about, like you said, about either the ad or maybe if we get lucky, President Trump. But
that's what I'm just saying. What do you want to ask? Because you think about those first two questions, especially that second question right there, about does it feel good to know that somebody has your back in public?
Who is this woman to even sit in the same room?
I don't know.
She's Sydney Sweeney.
She's just your run-of-the-mill white liberal lady henchman.
My God, she's such a despicable creature, man.
Such a bad executioner as well.
God.
Bad one.
Like of any of it, I kind of just put my phone away. I was filming every day. I'm filming Euphoria, so I'm working like 16-hour days, and I don't really bring my phone on set. So I work and then I go home and I go to sleep. So I didn't really.
Yeah. Next question.
See a lot of it.
You've made a really good case for keeping your thoughts and your life separate from that work. But the risk is that, there's a chance that somebody will get some idea about what you think about certain issues and feel like
it's just insufferable.
I don't want to see Christy because of that. Like, do you worry about that? No.
Great. No.
The criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like
inside of the head of a liberal,
my,
and specifically in the inside of the head of most liberals. Just say it. Just say it. You are not the universe, you strange mid creature.
People shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like that was kind of like the
I know. White people should not joke about.
Look at Sydney Sweeney's face. She's like, "Is this
broadly
over
speaking?"
yet?
And since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
Nice. Okay. Good answer.
Yeah, we're not genetically superior.
No, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing.
That was painful.
It was to call that even tongue in cheek. I mean, I was looking at that as I've got good genes. I mean, she obviously has good genetics. Normal people look at that and saying, you took a model at the peak of her sexiness, at the peak of her career, you're putting her into some jeans and you're trying to sell a product. And you're selling it in a way that we used to be selling products all the time.
And they've done the exact same. This wasn't even I forget who it was, the famous actress, because when this all first broke, whenever this was, it's like a time warp. I don't even remember when it was. It was this year, right? It was earlier this year. It was like Daryl Hannah or somebody. There was another actress that did a very similar, almost identical ad that was even more, provocative and risque, and no one said anything. Why? Because we didn't live in this like creepy climate where women like that are like, is there anything you want to apologize for? Like, what are you talking about?
Do you know what it's like?
What are you talking about?
You know what it's like? It's like mid-pandemic when you had these little beta cuck nerds trying to put a mask on everybody's face.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like now like this little beta male is going to walk up to anybody, any grown man expecting not to get punched right in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because you have the moral high ground.
Absolutely.
You're a little bit more educated on something. Like, shut up, dude. Shut up. Crawl in a hole. Go die.
Depending on how many boosters they got,
it's just one of those.
Hopefully they're gone.
The way that they attacked this from the beginning, of course, like everything else, is just projection. So the commercial came out, and normal people didn't look at it any other way than we used to when they would, market a clothing line or some kind of a product or service. And then we obviously very quickly had to start dealing with the projections of abnormal people.
Yeah.
And that's really what it came down to. And here we are months later when this very strange, squirrely, obnoxious woman is trying every way possible to kind of like to get her to apologize for something that only happened in the minds of crazy ass liberals.
Yeah.
And it's so nuts because she's talking white people should never joke about racial superiority. And well, first of all, stop right there. You say white people should never. Immediately, everything afterwards is racist. Right. Number one. Yeah. Number two. Why can't we joke about something like that when the opposite, the extreme opposite, it's not just jokes. We hear about the racial superiority of literally everybody else every day, and that is rubber stamped approved.
Yeah, I mean, melanin's a superpower.
Yeah, so it's just it's incredible that this woman offered herself up, but again, she represents an entire universe that doesn't even know we exist. Yeah. We don't acknowledge each other when we clash. It's really just a matter of it's like I don't know. It's like some. It's nuts. It's nuts. But I wanted to bring that up real quick because I think it is it stands in a nice comparison to this next clip, which is how men deal with things. Confrontations between men. Here is Charlemagne, the God guy from the Breakfast Club. This was back in September. I thought it would pair up nicely for this. They had Damon Dash was on the Breakfast Club, and somehow Charlemagne's Trump derangement system got triggered, and I just love this little exchange here. And there was no beating around the bush here. There's no catty bullshit. I thought this was nice. Take a listen.
If let's say everything in the judgment doesn't go, nothing's still on my name. There's still nothing to collect. Okay, let me ask you this. Do you know how many times Donald Trump filed?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah. So then why is it?
But he's known as a terrible businessman. But no, he's not.
He's the president.
Yeah, but sure, but he still was known as a terrible businessman. Actually, a con man.
Do you know how confidently dumb you sound? You're saying it's bad that he went bankrupt 6 times. He's a billionaire and he's the president.
But
and you still
not a terrible businessman and con artist.
Are you known as a good businessman?
I don't know.
Okay? Well, you make a lot of money.
No.
So you've been doing this every day your whole life and you're not making no money?
Nope.
Well,
you just now said, let's just go back to how ridiculous you are. The president filed for bankruptcy 8 times, still a billionaire. He's saying he's a bad businessman. You're just not that smart.
It's true. It's true. Okay.
And you have to acknowledge that. And you know why? You're not seeing the world. You know what happens when you have to go someplace? You're laughing. You know what happens when you have to go someplace every day at 4 a.m? You can't go nowhere. You got to be here every day. You've been 15 years. You've missed the whole world. You don't know what you're talking about. And you're saying it confidently. And you're in an algorithm where people actually believe you out of response. And why you think they keep you here? They want y'all to make us dumb. So if let's say everything in the judgment.
There you go.
Pretty good, man. That's pretty good. Charlemagne, not a smart guy.
No, not a smart guy at all.
That was right on his own show, and he had nothing to say about it.
I mean,
wow.
Who knows where the conversation went after that? But I just the juxtaposition between that and the beating around the bush from the other bitch. I just thought that it was refreshing, to be honest.
I just think that's a failure on our generation, like that generation who's like 30-ish years old, like 28 to like 45, like our generation. I think we just needed to bully the shit out of people more. Like we didn't do enough, generally speaking. Like people need to get their ass kicked a little bit more around. It's just, I'm so disappointed from bow to stern with society now. Like this girl is just a model.
Yeah,
she's just a model, dude, and she's smoking hot. And you're a zero. You're nobody. Like this woman who's interviewing, like I would never pay her any attention. She could be a billion. I would never even focus on her for a second. Like Sydney Sweeney is in such a unique league. For a person like that to even bring something like that up, And meanwhile, Damon Dash is a billionaire pretty much.
Well,
so Sal, when you see, I always go back to this what I felt was like a pivotal time in the 90s. So speaking about like a Generation X kind of thing, you know, time period. The politically correct movement, that was something that even when I was very young, I was always very much against. And it's one of the few things that I feel like I was ahead of the curve on, that I saw something, because there are plenty of times I made mistakes where I thought something and then years later I'm like, oh, you know, I mean, I always use the Obama thing. Like I voted for Obama, you know, like I didn't get what was going on back then. But the politically correct thing, that I absolutely identified right away as like, this is bad. This is going to send us to places that we don't want to go, right? And it started so...
Here we are.
Yeah, it started so benign, right? And then like it gets to a point where they even changed, I believe in baseball, the you don't call the disabled list anymore, right? It's like...
Yeah, the DL has been the IL for a long time. It's the injured list.
Right, but I remember when that happened and I was talking to a friend of mine and I was like, why would we change this? And I'm like, well, because blah, 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 blah. It happened to be a white liberal woman.
Well, it's crazy, you know, because disabled, they don't even call disabled people disabled anymore. So you just can't say disabled?
Right.
Well, they don't. They don't.
But I worked with a guy. Listen.
I still say crippled.
But lame. No, but I worked with a guy in a wheelchair at the time, and he was like, who cares? And I'm like, thank you.
Right.
He doesn't care. Why do you care?
Well, they try to change all the social constructs. Like they try to change the vernacular of everything.
Right.
And it's like, and I think about it now and I'm like, yo, when like, you're right. Like when Obama, like I was in high school when Obama like got elected or whatever. Like I was kind of like that age, like the end of high school, whatever it was. I just remember being so disappointed, like the beginning of my disappointment of everything.
Yes. That's what it was for me too. If he had actually followed through on anything he said in 2008, I was like, this is going to be fantastic. And he literally did nothing. I keep saying this, you find me the difference between the George W. Bush administration and the Obama administration. There's no daylight between the two of them.
Just a worse healthcare system.
You're right.
That's it.
I mean, it's remarkable what people actually, and then you start to, that was when I was first kind of like understanding the idea that, oh yeah, it really is just one ugly, disgusting party.
Like I think
They're
Mark
same.
Mark Zuckerberg should just be in a trash can upside down. Like we needed to bully these people a little bit more. We needed to do something a little bit different.
That toughened you up? Like when
man.
I mean, there was like
it changed the way you interacted with people.
Well, I always asked the question. What it was with you? You were in the studio here a couple of months ago, and we watched that. Maybe you weren't here. I was watching that video of the woman who was talking about the gender identity of her dog.
Oh my God.
And I had to take a breather. I had to stop the clip to ask, you know, how much bullying is just enough? I mean, because you don't want, you know,
Right.
you don't want to everybody needs some adversity. But you don't want to just needlessly snuff out the life out of a person just for the sake of everybody needs to be bullied.
It's a good question though, because there is a certain amount of adversity that is, I think, required. Right? There's a famous scene. I'll take people back just a little bit. It's a really short story, but there's a famous scene in the show Lost. If you never watched the show Lost, there was quite a bit of useful, you know, analogies to the world. But I thought it was a pretty good show. But there was this one scene where one of the characters saw a moth struggling to escape from the cocoon, right, from its cocoon, and he said to the other character, you know, now I could take my knife and I could help this moth free itself, right? But he said, you know, ultimately struggle is nature's way of strengthening an organism. And that struggle is necessary for this moth to be able to emerge and to be able to actually have a productive life. If I help him, which seems like the humane thing to do, actually I'm saying, you know, I actually could be shortening its life because it won't really understand struggle and how to survive. And I thought that was like one of the most poignant scenes I've ever seen on a television show. But that's exactly what you're talking about. There is a level of struggle that we must go through. The search for comfort, you know, there's a phrase, comfort kills us. That's true. Convenience, comfort, all those things. If you seek comfort, that's all you'll find.
Yeah.
So adversity in a lot of ways, whether it's exercise, whatever it is, discipline is required for us to excel as human beings. I just think it's just part of who we are.
Yeah.
And if you take that away from people.
I forgot the priest's name, but he said, it was from a famous scene. He said, I prayed for strength and God gave me
Adversity.
adversity.
Yeah.
And I prayed for patience, and God gave me problems to solve.
Exactly. I just think that's so important. And I think part of the problem we're having today is what you highlighted, Frank, is that we're creating these, like that was the other thing with like the whole politically correct movement became like the safe spaces. And I just remember my skin crawling with all of these concepts. I'm like, what are we doing? And I couldn't identify it exactly, but I just kind of knew it repelled me in a very visceral way. And I was like, and now I see what it's doing to young kids. It
repelled you because it's demons.
Yeah.
Dude.
I was like, nope, I don't want any part of this. You're not going to police my speech, because that reminded me of 1984. And people think 1984, I've said this on the show, it's not about Big Brother and the totalitarian boot. It's more the subtle manipulation of language to change the way cultures progress. And I just see, you see that softening of America, especially American males, toxic masculinity and all this bullshit. It's a lie. And because of the lie, now we have dramatically lower testosterone rates.
Well, this gives me a really great platform for our Veterans Day segment. Now, first, I'm going to show you some of the incredible, what you have to expect from certain aspects of media, the lie aspect of media, to try to create outrage and never have a moment where everybody just sits and reflects and takes a breath. Mm-hmm. And then there's a cover-up aspect that gets right into generations of men, past generations of men, where we are now, what the wars really meant, and who they really serve, what purpose they really served. First thing is this. This is one of many tweets that went very viral today. There's a lot of people that made some good Twitter money today off of something like this. This is from Newswire. U.S. quietly removes memorial to Black World War II soldiers at Netherlands American Cemetery. Okay? And every nitwit from here to Timbuktu took a moment to retweet this and to virtue signal, and garnered God knows how many billions of impressions and God knows how many tens of thousands of dollars. Only thing is that when you take these tweets like this that have nothing but a picture of a cemetery,
no context,
I know,
nothing, yeah.
No context, nothing, and I went and I just pulled up Newsweek, and you read Newsweek a little bit. Memorial to Black U.S. soldiers who died in World War II quietly removed. So they're all using the word quietly because it has to be a let's get these guys out of here.
Who wrote it? Who wrote it? What's her name? His name?
Her name is Ellie Cook. Ellie Cook.
Yeah, it's fake news.
I know. Well, here's what it is. Plaques commemorating African American soldiers fighting against Nazi Germany in Europe have been removed from a U.S. military cemetery in the Netherlands. Approximately 1 million African American soldiers fought in Europe during World War II. So she goes on, and of course we know what water she's carrying. And you want to know something? Like I said before, when we were growing up, I loved learning about how many Black Americans served. I loved learning about Mexican Americans. There's Mexican Americans they have the most medals of honor. You want to talk about warrior Mexican Americans? Absolutely. Wow. I love learning about the Navajo, cool. The Wind Talkers, and all that stuff. Like there's I love that shit. Now, when somebody comes up with their stats,
I know
we know exactly what they're trying to bludgeon you over the head with. Mm-hmm. There's no, it's not a learning moment. It's a take a knee, genuflect.
Yeah.
As I tell you the story, genuflect. Right. Anyway. Yeah. Down like the 13th paragraph.
I was going to say, where is it? Where's the truth, Frank? What paragraph?
Down to the 13th paragraph, we have the ABMC told Newsweek in a statement that the visitor center at Margraten has 15 magnetic panels designed to be removed and rotated throughout the life of the exhibit to highlight as many individual stories as possible. Of these, 4 currently feature African-American service members buried at the cemetery. The commission says there's more. There's other people who covered it too. The ABMC approached for comment. Helene Cholin, a spokesperson for the commission in Paris, said the panels were designed to be rotated regularly throughout the exhibition to showcase different soldiers' life stories. So it's the willingness to do. anything to outrage people.
Let me guess, the Krasensteins, JoJo from Jers, all these losers,
Jeff
these
Tiedrick,
absolute losers.
I can't believe it. I can't,
who can't read.
Can you imagine taking something beautiful? Like you're going to give 4 of those soldiers shine every month and have their story out there.
It's incredible.
It's such a beautiful gesture, and they deserve so much more.
Sure.
But that's what they all have. And you're going to go and just drag it over the fire?
Political hacks.
It's just,
for money.
I'm so sick of this. I'm ready for the asteroid.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm ready for
it. Well, 3 Eye Atlas just may be able to grant you your wish.
Send them.
Yeah, dude. I mean, again, it's
wow.
It's nuts. It really is, because of course the projection. I always think about the projection. What you need to do in your head to be able to then throw it onto somebody else. They in their head saw Donald Trump or people close to him going out of their ways to make calls to make sure that black people were disrespected in a cemetery in the Netherlands. Like what are you fucking talking about?
I just wish that we would stop commenting, because sometimes the urge is to prove them wrong and you go after them. But the truth is, it's all about engagement. So if the rest of us would just ignore them the way they deserve to be ignored, eventually they would disappear because the monetization wouldn't be worth it. But I know it's hard. I had to discipline myself to stop going. Like for me on the health sciences side, there's a few doctors out there that I'm like, everything they post, it's like they're reflexively anti-RFK. Like I said, RFK could literally come out tomorrow and say, I cured cancer. And they'd be like, lies, we need cancer for whatever, And I had to stop myself from going after them because I'm like, all I'm doing is actually, because they never actually engage, I'm just reinforcing the fact that this account is popular and the algorithm's like, keep giving it to you and keep boosting their engagement. So I'm like, I'm stepping back. I wish everybody would do that because these people would just wither away and die. They blood suck the attention of other people. And I know that's impossible to do, but I wish we could go on a social media strike.
I wish.
Just stop commenting on their posts. They will go away.
They're essentially featured on platforms.
I know, it's disgusting.
They're featured on platforms. So it's like, they're
parasites.
As long as they cross your feed, even incidentally, that's an impression.
I know.
But this algorithmic favoritism is so powerful.
Yeah.
That people just start developing these opinions, and they think that now they're on a moral high horse.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but what about the black dead soldiers in the Netherlands now?
Did you read the story?
Shut up.
That'll be it. That's something that they'll put on the list and they'll talk.
So you're using a guy who died honorably.
Yeah.
And you're using him for your bullshit?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because they don't care.
Nice. Zero honor. Not that they would know anything about that.
No.
Well, okay. Then let's get to the second half of this story. The Sydney Sweeney thing had a counterpart, and that was the Damon Dash conversation. Well, here's another one. Did you guys see this World War II veteran that was interviewed on British television?
Yes.
I don't think I did.
Yes,
I've been out of the loop this
where
week.
he's so sad.
Listen to this.
So remorseful about
Listen to this. Here we go. The veteran's verdict. This is from the American Thinker. They covered it. Our sacrifices were squandered. Like many conservatives, I spent a sizable amount of time perusing news and opinion sites. While it's long been true that if it bleeds, it leads, the stories have become much more disturbing of late. People of faith know that we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, and there have always been evil people among us. However, it's become much more overt since the election of Barry Soetoro, a.k.a. Barack Hussein Obama.
I love how they use that name.
Today, we see many examples of leftists supporting evil at the expense of good. But here's an example of what we had an interview with a 100-year-old World War II veteran from the UK named Alec Penstone.
God bless him.
Stirred emotions recently as he expressed his disillusionment with modern Britain. During his appearance on Good Morning Britain, Penstone poignantly reflected on his service to the Royal Navy during the D-Day invasion, lamenting that the freedom for which he and his compatriots fought are no longer evident in society. Now, I'm going to play it for you, and let me get us out of the way.
I'm curious at what the hosts of the show.
Oh,
that's my
happy you asked.
Yeah,
happy you asked.
It's great.
Here we go. No, I think there's a lot of absolutely complacent generations that don't have any understanding of what the fuck anything is.
Behind those fake flowers, it looks like Afghanistan now.
Casket for you now.
Wow.
So I'm sorry you feel that way, dude. Now here's your basket. Now I don't know how many dots Mr. Penstone has connected over the years, but you don't need to know that much at all to draw the conclusion that World War II was a conflict in which 56 million people died. Yeah. You don't need to know all that much to stand right here in 2025, 80 years later.
Yeah. 56 million.
56 million. That tens of millions of people who died during World War II, tens of million, really seem to have died in vain when you consider the state that we're in financially, culturally, and otherwise. If the goal of World War II was to save the West, wouldn't you consider it an unfathomable failure? And if the West has fallen this low a mere 80 years later, it didn't even buy us a century?
Yeah.
I mean, and when you talk to people, it's such a despicable sham. And the only thing that people offer up on days like today is, oh, if it weren't for so-and-so and for such and such, we'd all be speaking German, as if that's the worst.
Yeah.
If that's worse, speaking German is worse than open borders and transgenderism in schools and thought crime and all that shit. It's just on. There was a great comment that someone left. His name is John Ziegler. He said, the female presenter here deserves enormous scorn. This is the most passive-aggressive act in the history of television news. She cuts this brave man off because she senses he's about to score a touchdown, all under the guise of supporting him. How about letting him finish?
Exactly.
I'm sure he knows why.
Shaking his hand and, old man, go away. The progressives got it from here. You know, I mean, you think about what's going on in the UK. I mean, they're quite literally knocking on people's doors at 2 a.m. for social media posts. So that guy is 100% correct.
Patton was right.
Yeah,
I watched another video on him today just because today's Veterans Day, and a huge shout out to all of our veterans. I love you guys.
Absolutely.
But he was right, and what you said like 80 years ago, that was the beginning of the end. That was the beginning of what we're
World War I was the beginning.
Well, yeah, because that's at the stage for World War II.
Yeah.
If World War I was really just like you talk about. You know how you know at the end of Gladiator, one of the greatest movies ever made.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at the end of Gladiator, when Commodus goes and barbs Maximus in the ribs and just like poisons him, so he knows that he's going to fight his final battle, you know, on the way out.
Yeah,
I mean that's essentially what the world wars were, if you ask me. I have. It's clear to me that these major conflicts were, among other things, designed to kill off generations of stronger men. To squander that vigor, to soften the progeny as time goes on, to have less and less of a foundation to have to work. I mean, because you think the cultures were too strong.
Yeah,
we were too strong coming out of the 17th and 18th centuries. That it's just too strong. You're thinking about the tens and tens of millions over the course of 40 years. Fuck, man.
It's just bothersome. Like, you hear about all these, like, how bad white people are, and about like all this garbage that's playing, and now our children have to listen to it. It's just I'm so sick of everything.
It's just that it's obvious, and I know, you have to be. I always keep in mind. I always keep that stuff in mind. It's just so hard because you try to have you try to talk with a little bit more nuance and context than the people slinging all of the arrows in the media. That's all incendiary. That's stuff that doesn't require any real conversation. It's just a gigantic food fight. But it's clear to me.
And we're conditioned that way too with social media to not really understand the full depth of the story, and this is why this goes back to when I was on the show last week when I said, you know, one of the best things we could do is return education to some form of either homeschooling or private education. We need something better than what's being given now, because it's true just indoctrination camps, which makes people do things like take a story like that. Oh, look, they're trying to replace the graves of black soldiers from World War II. It's like, what do you, can you read? can you read just a few paragraphs before you just go and, but JoJo from Jersey reposted this, so she must be, it's like, good Lord, you've outsourced all of your critical thinking skills, every single last bit of it.
It's great because most of them are the ones writing the articles.
That's right.
And they only write the articles with certain levels of maybe cover your ass libel protection in mind.
Right.
So that's why.
Or they bury the truth on paragraph 14. They know no one's going to read that far.
Exactly. Exactly. There's going to be a little bit of clarity, a page and a half down.
Right.
And
it's like printing the retraction on page 7.
Of all the jokes between us three tonight, that was the funniest joke. It was paragraph 14.
Yeah.
Like I was like, it's perfect. Nobody read that far.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and again, in my world, just, I struggle with this all the time where people present, papers to back up whatever argument they're trying to, and then I'm the one that will go and do the digging. And I'm like, all right, let me read that paper. And then I go and read it and I'm like, holy mackerel. First of all, you definitely didn't read the paper because it doesn't even support your argument. But second of all, sometimes I get papers where the title of the paper or the data in the paper itself doesn't even support the conclusions of the researchers. So I'm sorry, but you have to be, especially today, you have to be much more rigorous, and you cannot just go, oh, I saw it on TikTok. Like, whoa.
I know.
So you're going to put your health in the hands of TikTok? Okay. If you say so.
Well, yeah, and with that, the first hour is done.
Wow.
It's crazy. It really
just
is.
Evaporated.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're not going to go on an intermission, but what I will say is that I'm going to give away 2 things tonight. So the first prize actually is made by our friend Marge out there, and she wrote in. She said, "Hey, I want to give you some shirts to give away on air," and here it is. So I have 3 shirts here. I have 2 large white T-shirts that say "Straight people like rainbows too." And I have an extra large black.
It's true.
An extra large black T-shirt that also says "Straight people like rainbows too."
That's true.
So the first prize winner is going to get one of these. You just tell me, do you want the large white or the extra large black? That's the first prize winner. And then the second, we're going to have 2 prizes. The second prize, the second name I'm going to draw is going to get this, the second of this survival bandana. It's a bandana you wear that has all this incredible survival, tips and all that stuff on it, and how to build fires and how to get water and all that stuff.
Don't burn the bandana or else you'll lose all the tips.
Wow,
don't do that.
For a bug out band.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're also going to get this Wichita Brewing Company koozie.
Oh, nice.
And a dick laser.
Oh, there it is. You buried the lead.
Sal needs one of these.
Wow.
The dick laser. Listen, this right here
is going to be Megatron, dude.
The whole thing. I mean, if you show up to a Secret Santa and you got like your uncle, this right here is the ultimate Uncle Secret Santa.
Alexa, I'm coming home, baby.
Alexa, I'm coming home. Quite frankly, superchat.com, the YouTube super chats, the Rumble rants, and the gold pills. We're going to do that tonight. There's 2 prizes. The grand prize, the first prize is the shirt. You let me know which one you want. The second prize is the fun Uncle Secret Santa.
Damn.
Yeah,
man, that's great.
Okay.
Well, the Dick Lasers made a promo code for us. We got 20% off of it's only like $22. So
you're shitting me.
Yeah.
Frank knows all the people.
Fucking beam me up, Scotty.
They're hilarious, these things. Everybody needs one.
It's good to have friends.
Yes. So you just
that's so
all you gotta do is put name in, and then we're giving away 2. All right. So
I'm gonna disrupt everybody's photos.
What's on your forehead? Nothing.
Nothing. I know they don't
laser.
You have to put the flaccid
Dude,
one there.
I cannot. Oh my god! How much are they?
These are only about like $23.
It's so worth it.
But and that's why I bought it.
Endless laughs, dude.
You saw I brought it to the Hold on, actually.
I said it has a regular laser pointer too, so you can use it for a serious presentation. You know, at work, you're giving a presentation, and then when everyone's at their back turn, you flip it onto the dick.
Somebody takes off the
by accident.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know how to fix this.
Guy loses his 6-figure job.
Wait a second. Did you see? Now I posted this on Subscribestar.
Not so good.
Oh, it's so funny. Dude.
I posted this on Subscribestar and Patreon and the members only when I got back home from the Adirondacks. That's, I said, listen, I need to have this laser by the time we go to the Adirondacks. And it was the last night that we were in the Adirondacks. The what is it? The Beaver Moon came up.
Yeah, it was the night after the night I left.
Yeah,
Kathy Hochul moon.
The Kathy Hochul moon came up over the Adirondacks. Beautiful. So we're all on the back. We're all on the front porch. We're walking. The moon is beautiful, and I made sure I got this laser pen so I can bring it to the actual place and just have some fun with it. Well, I projected it while we were out there looking at the moon. I projected it onto the garage, and take a look at this. Look at that.
It's the best.
It looks like someone spray painted it with like neon pink spray paint.
Now I gotta say,
who vandalized the house?
It wasn't that vibrant. It's just it showed up. You can see it. It was funny. But when I took a picture of it with my phone, the phone like enhanced it, so it looked like a lightsaber.
Is a riot.
So you're saying we can really mess up people's photos?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Photo bombing has never been easier.
Yeah.
What's on your lapel?
They're going to be trying. They're going to be like thinking like JFK trajectories.
Right.
Where's it coming
from? Every time I use it, I'll go boo 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 boo.
Where's it coming from?
Oh man, that's great.
That's promo code Frankly, by the way. If you go to dicklasers.com, Frankly gets you 20% off.
Dicklasers.com. Buying that domain name must have been a trip too.
Yeah, I know. Well, they have boobs lasers too.
Well, of course. You
So
can't have a dick laser
only
without a boob laser.
It's only a natural.
We're not sexist.
'Tis the season. Okay, so that's I wanted to put it out there. So we're going to be giving some stuff away tonight. I hope you all win. Hey, Brendan Dilley tweeted something out today, and I wanted to bring it up to you guys because knowing Brendan and his style, I think that these questions are rhetorical and that he knows something. And I hope that he knows something.
Okay.
Because a lot of people are very frustrated with all this stuff. And here's what he said. Dilley said, "Did Doge ever audit the IRS? What were the results? Did we ever audit Fort Knox? What were the results there? Are we still ending the IRS and the Fed? Who was funding the LA riots? Will they be charged? Where did the $150 million go that was for the Palisades fire? We need answers." Now, I said to myself, Dilley's, he's got to know something.
You don't take that as him just also voicing his frustration at the lack of movement?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, Elon Musk is being re-educated as we speak, right?
I don't know. I don't know what quality information. Like, Dilley's is definitely tweeting because he knows something.
Okay.
That's just or at least he heard something. It just goes against his character to be going out. This is too panicky.
Okay.
This is too panicky, and this is too. These are questions that, if they're not rhetorical, seem like faith is wavering in the process.
Right.
Like you're checking your watch, and you feel like time is running out.
Well, especially with the results of the election.
Isn't it running out?
You know what? With the fact that we have less than a year from the midterms. I mean, this is how fast time goes by.
No,
this is why
yesterday we were celebrating the election.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is why I always thought that constitutional amendment to make the presidency 1 6-year term instead of 4-year terms, and that was eventually limited after many generations of just traditionally limiting yourself to 2 terms. I always thought that'd be cool because time goes by so damn quick.
It does.
And if you are, just by the way things go these days, the first term is always spent just kind of like treading water. Yeah. So that hopefully you can go scorched earth in 2, and whoever really goes scorched earth.
We thought this time it was going to happen.
I want it to.
I know.
Then who knows?
Yeah, it's still good. I listened a lot to Rich Barris, and he's certainly being. I'm not going to say pessimistic. He's being very realistic about. He was one of the people that said, I don't think that these elections that just happened, these off-cycle elections, kind of. Most people say, oh well, these are blue states anyway. But he's saying, but the sort of subplot is that other seats that should never have gone, even in blue states, should not have gone this poorly. Like, in other words, this is reflecting on the Republican Party because, as we said last time, Donald Trump's not a Republican. The Republicans are not winning anything. Donald Trump has won things. And if the Republican Party doesn't shape up and they keep acting like the Bushes, the Cheneys, the Shapiros, and the Levins and all that, like, people don't want that.
That's right, I said it.
People don't want that with a 10-foot pole. So, I mean, if that's who the Republican Party is, you can count me out. When Donald Trump is gone, I want nothing to do with that
I'm already
party.
not a Republican.
Yeah, I am not either.
I don't give.
No.
I don't give a rat's
sink
ass.
both of those ships.
Absolutely.
Put torpedoes in the water, dude.
So this is where we're at, right? Like, I have a great fear of that too. Like, I think people are waiting out Donald Trump. Like, inevitably he has to go. And if we can just wait him out long enough, we can go right back to business as usual.
Yeah, business as usual is getting really bad though.
It is. It is.
Yeah, I tend to be an accelerationist now. Just let it get worse because it's just hurry up. I want it to happen before my kid is an adult. Let it happen to me.
I know we're gonna have to go build. We're gonna have to burrow ourselves a hole up in like Gore Mountain or something like that.
Right, back to the Adirondacks, baby.
We're going to. I think we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to get ourselves. We should get ourselves 2 houses in the Adirondacks. One just to rent out,
connect them under the ground.
Then again, what are we renting it with and for? What kind of money? What kind of money is going to be when the done?
Well, that makes me think about like have like the
wampum,
the what is it? The Cayenne Mountain.
Yeah.
That they to bring it back.
We're going to be trading in tulip bulbs soon. Like like the Dutch used to do, right?
Yeah.
That used to be that used to be one of the top commodities in the world at one time.
Well, I got this squirrel tail. What can I get for that?
Yes.
You'll find a whole new value system now.
I hate it here.
I hate my wife.
I hate it here so much. Oh my God.
But I think you've said this before, Frank. I have the same feeling. Like we have spots for all the, we have to have the continuation of government. We have to save spots for the Nancy Pelosi's of the world. I'm like, are you kidding me? You mean the people that put us in this situation, you're going to put them first on the life raft? Are you kidding me?
No, that
they need to go to the front lines.
Jay, we're going to give you $2,000 and a 50-year mortgage. I need you to be quiet.
I'm fine.
Yes.
I'm fine with that.
Think about it.
Have my seat, Nancy. Have my seat. With your insider trading. Oh, are you kidding me? We're going to save the worst of us? Whose idea was that?
I don't know.
It was theirs. Spoiler alert, it was theirs.
The whole thing with the 50-year mortgage is crazy. I mean, I did enough on that last night, but I'll tell you, if you get rid of the Federal Reserve, if you get rid of the IRS and the income tax, there's going to be so many people are going to be able to get that house.
Yeah, what, breathing room? Oh my God, you could afford your rent?
You think you think that giving somebody back 25 to 50, I'm talking about average people.
Yeah.
Because so I saw somebody break down the other day. This is insane. Hold on. 1.5 billion in NYC. Where the hell is this? Please, this has got to pop up somewhere. Okay. Here it is. Now you think about what we make. You think about what our grandparents made. How we would be if they didn't have the context of the times that we're living in and how we're being taxed and destroyed and all that stuff. Our grandparents would probably look at a lot of us and say, "You did it. Right. The dream came true. You made it. You did so much better than we did." And I think for the average person now. Here, this guy, I saw this. Wow. Here you go. Oh, yeah, there's my comment from 4 days ago. My comment is communists are not human. All right, anyway, here it is. This guy is breaking down what $1.5 million salary looks like if you live in New York City.
Whoa.
Okay? Brace yourself.
$5 million salary looks like in New York City. So if someone makes $1.5 million, you don't take home all that money. Correct. You probably take home, if I had to guess, $900K. Okay, we'll see. Federal tax. Guess how much it costs? If you live in New York City, that's a huge one. I'm going to say it's 30% of your salary. Okay, roughly 33%. It's $506,470. So already you're not a millionaire.
Okay.
Wow.
So now the federal tax doesn't matter where the hell you live.
Yeah.
That's following you around. Still 33%. So you make $1.5 million. You can live in a cave in West Virginia.
It doesn't matter.
And you're not a millionaire. You're not a millionaire.
Right.
Okay.
Like you thought you were safely over that. Nope.
No.
Correct. That's stupid. Next is state tax. This is the last one I'll have you guess. Okay, I'm going to say 5% of your salary. I can't do the math off my head. I think it's closer to 10 to 15. State tax is $143,978. Jesus. Then you have city tax, $57,705. They have a city tax there? They have a city tax to live in New York City. That's why why don't you just live in Jersey City? Next, you have Social Security, which is $10,918. Then you got to pay for Medicare, which is $33,450. Paid family leave, it's a fraction. It's only $355. Still, it's money. That comes to a total tax percentage of 50.2%, which is $752,876. So you're making less than half of the money that you earned that year. Correct. The money you earned that year, your net income would be $747,124.
So just consider that for a little bit, because of course there is the choice of living in New York City.
Right.
That's a choice. But the most egregious thing you can't run from. And now for a person who has a salary of 1.5 million, it's just not, you're not a millionaire. Maybe you're a millionaire after a few years of maybe saving, after you've been, even if you live in Tennessee or in Florida where there's no state income tax or anything like that, you're still not a millionaire for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And you need some time to save.
Mm-hmm.
But you think about an average person, a person who is working their asses off and might be making somewhere between $80,000 and $150,000. If that income tax that follows you all over the place goes away, and that person has anywhere from an extra $20,000 to $40,000 afforded to them. I mean, there's your home.
Yeah.
There's your ability to own a fucking home.
Yeah.
Like don't give me a 50-year mortgage. Don't give me debt slavery for 50 years.
Yeah.
That I'm going to pass down. I want to be able to pass down a paid off house when I'm dead at 83, not just wrapping up a loan.
Yeah.
And that's only if 83, that's only if you get your loan at 33.
Yeah.
That's almost 10 years ago for me.
Friggin' Matt. Oh my.
Fucking A, man. So I'm just saying, they've got to do something about the income tax. It's got to go away. All of it's got to go. I don't give a fuck who's going to be out on their asses. They got to be sunsetted back into some kind of independence. Let their stupid ass states take care of them, feed them, change their diapers for the rest of their days. There's got to be some motivation for people to get on their fucking asses again.
And things are changing around the world too. You think about how much money this is going overseas.
I know.
How much of that guy's, half of his salary is going overseas to stuff you don't even want to.
We don't want to get this episode kicked off.
I know where you're gonna go. It's going everywhere.
I'll go so hardcore right now. I'm not in the mood, dude.
But it's true, and they say, well, you can just vote for people who. No. I'm sorry. It is almost impossible now to figure out who is even worth on the local level voting for, because half the time they tell you one thing and then they go. And they just either, there's blackmail material on them, or they just straight up lie to your face, or, you elect someone like, who's that guy in Florida? Randy Fine.
Just kill everybody.
Come on.
Everybody. Trees. There's only one thing you could do with a traitor. Everybody there's one thing. That's it.
I know. But we're talking about so many years. The real people who need to be dealt with, the real traders who really need to be dealt with, are the Generation 1 traders. I mean, there are just so many. Most people in government today, they don't even know. There's nothing that would ever hold them accountable, because this is a system that they've all been beholden to I mean, since the early 20th century at this point.
Yeah.
Everything, the judicial system, precedent in the judicial system, all of the law, just really just coalesces around this tradition that was created by the first generation traders.
Sure.
It's like you can't. What are you going to do? Hang their bones? It's just I don't know.
People think Joe Biden was exceptionally corrupt. No, he was just exceptionally stupid and bad at it.
Yeah, it's bad.
And I think that's why, honestly, they didn't let him
product
run.
of his environment.
Yeah, and I don't think they let him run again because he was just so bad. Like, it's like, listen, we're all corrupt, but you're just so stupid and corrupt. We can't let you make it this obvious. And so they were like, go to the curb, because they don't care. He was demented in 2020. People continue to pretend that, he just didn't quite make it to the end. No. You go back and watch the speeches he was giving in 2020. He was demented back then, but they just didn't, he was just too stupid and he was making it look too obvious. So they were like, no, you're all done. You got your 4 years. You always wanted to be president. Congratulations. Now go live on the beach.
I know.
It's not just him. It's all of them.
It is. You guys, so in a couple of seconds here, we're going to have James Berry showing up.
Oh, yeah.
James from Pluck. Pluck Seasoning. Yeah, Sal, I got to get you some of this stuff, man. I know that you were around it at the Jamboree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we had Pluck there on the tables at the Jamboree so people can put it on the steaks and stuff like that. But Jay, why don't you give us a little bit of a...
Yeah, I mean, so this is organ meat seasoning. So, people talk to me all the time about organ meats, and we get it in our group at HRP, and they're like, I don't like liver. By the way, we're going to do something fun for everybody. We're going to do a pate making party so that people can actually watch and see how I make the liver.
Sunday.
I think
Sunday the 23rd, Jay is going to be at my house. We're going to do a live stream just from YouTube on my phone and whatever, and he's going to make this pate with Lauren in the.
And then we're going to do a real big one for everybody. We're gonna send out the Zoom link so anybody who wants to hop on. Maybe we'll crash Zoom, but we want to get everyone in who wants to learn how to make it. I'll make it literally from start to finish with you guys. But I don't know anybody that doesn't love the pate. But if you're struggling with finding ways to get some of the most nutrient dense foods in your diet, which is meat and specifically liver, organ meats. Pluck is an organ meat seasoning. I'm just looking on their website right now. You got things like vitamin D, iron, vitamin A, vitamin K, riboflavin, vitamin B6, phosphorus, zinc, and they're comparing it to other seasonings which have virtually none of any of this. So it's like a way to sneak in a whole bunch of things. And I love how they have on their website microdosing plus frequent use equals a cumulative effect, meaning that you're not going to get all the value of every one of the vitamins and minerals that
they
you
were on
need
Shark Tank
using it once. I didn't know that. But over time, you are gonna get that. When I make meat, I make it. If I get ground beef and I make meatballs or burgers, I'm making them by hand and I'm putting in the seasoning. So it's all throughout. And man, those burgers are just unbelievable.
Bio rocket fuel.
Yeah, it's serious stuff. And so you look at any of these nutrients like vitamin K, 28.75 micrograms in 50 grams of the product. Well, the RDI for vitamin K is only like 35 micrograms. So in 50 grams is a lot. You're probably not going to put 50 grams in one burger. But again, that just shows you how few servings you would need to actually get up to the recommended daily allowance of.
Jay's never seen my burgers.
All right.
No,
I kind of want to now.
That's why I wanted Sal. I wanted Sal to be here for this because.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't you provide somebody with a liver recently? You gave Mike tripe.
Tripe.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. His mother or his grandmother requested tripe.
Mike loves tripe.
Okay.
And so do I.
All
I
right.
love tripe.
I've never had it.
Foot. I love all that stuff.
I never had it.
Nose to tail.
Mm-hmm. I can't. I can't. This is why when you told me about it, actually Molly told us about Pluck. I said, I definitely want to look into this because I just can't do it, Jay. I mean, I take the beef liver tablets.
Well, but you guys have now done the organ meats in the ground beef recently, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah. So
you're
getting there, and you love the pate.
I do love the pate. Okay, yeah, but there's people like I remember I went to a diner with my buddy Chaz, and a few other of our friends after a gig. This was many years ago, and I remember we went to this diner, and it was partly because of what he ordered, and partly the fact that he ordered it at a diner. But he got liver and onions at a diner, and
I didn't do it right.
And we're like,
nah.
Oh, he loved it.
Yeah.
Oh, he loved it, but I just I look at somebody slaps a slab of liver in front of you, and you're eating it like it's just a pancake, and it just doesn't, the coppery smell. That's why when I learned about this, I said, okay, well, this looks like it's an easy way of getting it on stage, rubbing it down and all that. And it does. Like I love the zesty garlic one.
Mm-hmm.
I put that all over the stage. I'm gonna get you some, Sal.
Zesty garlic. You can throw it on pasta. You can throw it on anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's so great.
And we were talking a little bit before we went on, making a bone marrow butter. So you take, you roast the bone marrow bones, you scoop out the bone marrow, you put it in something, you dump in the pluck seasoning, you mix it all up, then you put it in the refrigerator. It hardens up, and you got bone marrow butter, which you can spread onto a steak. You can spread onto mashed potatoes. You can just use it like butter. Yeah, you can use it for anything.
Do you ever collect bone marrow for people?
I have the femur bones, like the and what we do is we do what we call a vertical cut, or a canoe cut.
Yeah.
Let's just say for the viewers.
Yeah.
This is a femur bone, and they go with the bandsaw, go straight across, and it opens up, and you're able to marinate. You can marinate it. Italian restaurants will put it in we'll soak it overnight, and then they'll come out and they'll salt it down, and then they'll put it into a wood burning fire.
Awesome.
And they scoop it out and they just put it on bread.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
And you add this stuff to it, and now you're getting, it's just a powerhouse of nutrients. But, so yeah, I mean, it's a way to sneak in organ meats for kids. I've never met anybody that didn't like my pate. I'm just going to tell you that. But this is a way that you can do it without, you could put it on vegetables. You can put it on literally anything. This is not just for carnivores.
Let me just put out there, because it's 8:30, and he's supposed to be, hopefully he shows up. He was supposed to be in the lobby here about 7 minutes ago. This was a night that I was looking forward to thank Pluck for the wonderful support that they gave us at the Jamboree. And you didn't hear about them until now, because I thought that this would just be it is very affordable. Very affordable. They have wonderful recipes that you can work this into. But a lot of you are going to be making turkeys and ducks and chickens and hams and all types of steaks, whatever the hell it is. This is something you should definitely work into your seasoning for the upcoming holiday season, and then into 2026, because it's not only going to make it taste amazing, but you're going to get the vitamins and minerals just from the organ meats themselves. And it's just like so many other things. You go and you get a garlic supplement. Everybody doesn't want it to smell like garlic. You get a fish oil supplement. They're like, I don't want this to smell like fish. This really does not hit you with that.
No, and
coppery.
They even say it right on their website. Does it taste like organs? Is in there, of course, their FAQ, and it's like they give you the nutrient density of organ meats without the strong organ meat taste. I can absolutely verify that, and it's 100% grass fed. It's fantastic. I've met actually. I don't actually know if she works for them, but in 2023, right? This famous KetoCon conference that I was at, where I met Justin from Yes Cacao for the first time in person. And he had a booth there, and there was a few other friends of his that had booths there. Pluck had a booth there, and I met the girl who was working the booth. Her name is Natasha. She has a podcast. She had me on her podcast, and she was the one who set Pluck up with the Perpetual Health retreat. So he was sponsoring our retreats, and then Molly knew him, and so when we were doing the Jamboree, I was like, oh, what a great addition to this. So it's another way you can support a small business, a local business. Well, not local to here, but you know what I mean? A small local business that's trying to do things the right way, sourcing things the right way, and just really good people, and always trying to help educate people on proper nutrition, which anybody that tries to do that is okay in my book.
Absolutely. I wanted to ask him about this Shark Tank. It says it says that the Pluck was on Shark Tank on the website. I said, what the hell is that?
I didn't know that.
Anyway, well, listen, just for the hell of it, I want to let you guys know that I just put into the several chat rooms I think that James said it's a 45% off discount.
Wow.
So I'm pretty sure it doesn't cost that much anyway, but there's a discount on that there too. You get samples, free samples and all that. And I put it in the chat room. It's also in the description of the episode.
He's got recipes on here too. I never looked at the recipe side. Beef heart jerky, chocolate truffles. So like he's even putting this in not just savory, spicy bison chili, fried pork belly, tender chicken feet, high protein egg bites. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff.
Skingle Dougal.
Sweet and savory.
You know what's funny? When I first got my, I have a dog. My dog had some allergies and stuff like that. I started giving my dog liver and heart once a week. And like one serving like Monday, and on the Friday I would give him like some goat heart and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Never ever a problem again. There was never like his fur. Like my dog's 6 years old. He looks like he's 3 years old.
What was he eating before that?
He was just eating like the regular kibble, and he was just about a year old. He was like 10 months, and I spent so much money on this dog, and I was like, no. I'm gonna, and I make his dog food.
That's the way to keep a dog healthy. They're carnivores, and they're not supposed to be eating kibble, especially grain kibble. They're 100%. Not supposed to be eating that.
So, and you know what? And the dog is, they're a mammal.
Yeah,
they're like us, or we're like them, and it's just one of those things where when I eat liver and I love heart. It's like I like to fry it up a little bit in some olive oil. It's so good, but those little changes. And now these people are making it so accessible. It's so available.
Yeah.
All of these micronutrients. It's great. What an amazing product, man.
Yeah, the heart is incredibly high in CoQ10, so that's probably another reason that people feel energetic after they eat heart. And liver is just like, because the liver is involved in so many different reactions in the human body, or not that you're eating human liver, but it involves in so many reactions in any animal. It needs all of those micronutrients in order to be able to run all those processes. And so just one quick thing, one misconception about liver, which I actually had, was people would say, well, the liver is the detoxification organ. Why do I want to eat the organ that is responsible for all the detox? Well, the answer is yes, it is the detoxification organ, but it doesn't store the toxins. It processes them through something called phase 1 and phase 2 liver detoxification. So once the liver processes everything, it is peed out or pooped out. So you don't have to worry about it. It doesn't store anything except nutrients for those processes. So liver is incredible. Heart is incredible. And there's a couple of companies out there that do like a liver, heart, ground beef thing. So you're just making meatballs, or you're making burgers, and you got liver, kidney, heart, you got it all in there, and you don't even know it.
Yeah.
So
it's good. It's a good time. Good time. Aurora eats it, loves it.
That's right. Lauren said that.
Yeah, Lauren just started buying that
was it
the ground beef, and didn't bring it up, just made meatballs. And I'll tell you,
the way to do it.
Meatballs were cakier. They were nice.
They do have a different. The only thing you might notice if you know it, if someone tells you, is you may notice a different texture because of the organ meats, but you probably won't notice a taste.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that we all spoke about this, because I wanted to thank them, and I want to do that again in December and let people know. Maybe we got our time zones wrong. He's not here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Maybe there's always a potential time zone thing. Well, when we do the pate, I don't usually use pluck in the pate because it's already an organ meat. But maybe we can make something.
I'll get you. Point. I can at least give it some screen time.
Yeah.
On that Sunday,
you can always make some burgers. If I'm going to be over, might as well make some burgers. Yeah. Right?
just to make up for not my speaking. Well, I mean, I don't know. We got 24 minutes left. Anyway, so I had a few other things.
All right.
There's the Brendan Dilley tweet. There's a few other things there too that I'm saving for after the fact. But yeah, what the hell else, man? What else is going on? The ostrich thing, real quick.
Oh yeah.
You heard about the ostrich massacre last night?
Yeah. I mean, I've been following that story for months just to see what the Canadian government would do, and when I saw what they did.
So the confirmation now, as we were talking about it last night, this just happened within days, and we were just talking about it last night, and we were doing the math on air. We're saying these are 300 massive birds, and the way that it was being reported on was that several shots were heard just after sundown the other day. Well, I said several shots for 3. So I said at least. I said, and they keep harping on the fact that they brought in marksmen.
Well, if it's 300 ostriches, it's at least 300 shots.
At least 300 shots, because you're not doing one bullet through 3 heads.
No.
It's not some Angelina Jolie movie.
It's not a video game, dude.
No, yeah.
So, but what you have found that we were talking about before we even went live is that it has been reported now that there were approximately 900 shots that were taken.
Yeah. There were a few reporters from Canada that have been covering the story that were live streaming during the event, and it was horrific. I mean, I don't think people understand, and I didn't even really understand. These ostriches live for a very long time. They have an incredibly long lifespan. Like, some of these ostriches have been in this family for like 30 years. Mm-hmm. You're not just talking even a dog now. You're talking like part of the family. They have names. This was not, I just don't think people understand. And, Canada has lost its way in so many ways. But, but they were massacring these ostriches.
Oh my gosh. Ostriches can live in captivity up to 50 to 70 years.
So I'm saying these are essentially like human life, spans in many ways.
And
if the U.S. continues on this trajectory, the ostriches are going to be living longer. than
there
Americans.
are a lot of large birds that do live very long. That is not something uncommon.
So that's one thing you got to.
Sad.
Yeah, you got to take that into account when people are like, "Oh, they're just birds." Like, okay, first of all, this was this family's life, and they knew some of them again for 30 years. So why don't you just, It's not a fucking goldfish, okay? Yeah. We're not, you didn't flush.
Yeah, you didn't win them at the fair.
What exactly? So at an ostrich farm, what are they harvesting? Is it ostrich eggs? Is it meat?
No, I don't want to speak out of turn because I'm not sure. I don't think they were doing that at this particular farm. What I do know they were doing, though, they were paired up with a research team from Boston and from Japan. I want to read you something because I thought this was super interesting. And if you wanted to get a little, as we love to do here, if you wanted to think outside the box and think for yourself and wonder why our government would be so obsessed with murdering these ostriches, because again, remember, so the idea was that they tested positive for H5N1. I think it was like in 2017 or something. It was a while ago. It might not have been that long ago, but they tested positive for H5N1. Which killed, it was in 2024, last December, and it killed about 17% of the flock. But the rest of the birds developed an immunity to it, some kind of a herd immunity. And so what was going on here, and I want to read this to you, the farm had been partnering since COVID-19 with Yoshiro Tsukamoto, a Japanese immunologist nicknamed Dr. Ostrich, and his team, along with a Boston-based researcher, to study and potentially commercialize antibodies derived from ostrich eggs, which are rich in immunoglobulins. This work focused on therapeutic applications such as antiviral treatments for viruses, including COVID-19 and potentially H5N1. The farm claimed that the H5N1 surviving flock offered unique research value for studying natural immunity. Remember, the hashtag natural immunity was banned from Instagram during COVID-19. I know, because I tried to use it, because I was showing research papers, and natural immunity is not some fringe topic. It is well documented in the medical literature. But conveniently during COVID-19, there was just no such thing because, we were all waiting for the miracle cure. So they claim that there was a ton of potential research value in here because of the egg-based antibodies. Mm-hmm. But the Canadian government didn't want to hear anything of it. And even RFK Jr. advocated that we do some kind of joint custody with the U.S. and Canada to study the flock to explore more H5N1 insights. But they said,
that's the crazy thing that I realize about this, because I wanted to look into it. Typically, and that's what I saw, ostrich farms harvest meat, feathers, leather, oil.
Yeah.
Because
ostrich jerky. I've had ostrich jerky before.
I used to have pretty much ostrich Slim Jims.
Yeah.
Sal?
I've had it.
Have you ever processed ostrich or any kind of exotic? Is that considered an exotic meat?
Yes.
What's the threshold for exotic meat?
Such as threshold how?
Like what exists? Like what?
Oh, like what anything that's beyond it's real in America. Well, in America, anything that's beyond really common poultry, pork, and beef. You could almost say, like, there was a time, if you could really remember, Jay, like maybe pre-pandemic, where bison was kind of an exotic meat.
I'd still eat bison.
Right? No, but it was considered like an exotic meat. They were like all the purveyors, like the guys who bring in all the stuff from in the market. They have access to everything globally. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you'd figure, like, when you start leaving the what you would see in a supermarket,
Right.
they kind of consider it exotic.
Well, like alligator would be
Alligator, which I've had, and it's fantastic.
Is it really?
It is very good.
I've had Cajun alligator bites before.
I've never had alligator.
It's like it tastes
It's
like
like
chicken.
chicken.
It's very
does.
it's the old cliche. But
Yeah.
so I was looking into this too, Jay, and again, just because you're bringing it up right there, this particular farm has had pivoted to raising ostriches for their antibodies, specifically the IgY antibody, which could be used in medical research and potentially for treatments. The goal was to develop treatments for obesity, competing with drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy.
Yeah, see, this is where you can really, now I didn't go there yet because obviously it's just speculation, but isn't the conversation worth having that all of a sudden if you are going to be putting pharmaceutical companies, you're going to be denting their profits.
This sounds like a South Park episode.
Yeah.
That's it. Close the book. Let's go kill these ostriches.
Yeah, we got to go kill them.
Now
Right.
we'll murder
But I
one
mean,
of these
like,
other dogs.
Like if you really, like this is the whole thing, right? A quest for truth. The Canadian government, the scientists, again, no one had a quest for truth. It was like, we need to protect our profits. And if people don't start wising up to the fact that your public health officials, and again, I'm not talking about the low level, and I don't mean that in any, negative way, but like your typical lab worker or whatever, like in cancer research, those people are real, true. They're trying to get to the truth of something. But the people that run the industries, they're not. No. They're not. I know this for a fact from the industry that I'm in. I know that the influence, even in the original dietary guidelines, I know for a fact it's documented. The whole thing about industry influence, it's all about making sure people are happy, especially industries that are paying politicians. No one is trying to get to the truth. And the slaughter of these ostriches, and again, you listen to some of those live streams with the reporters that were there, with the family literally wailing in the background as the gunshots are going off and they're just massacring these birds for no reason.
Oh, you seen that clip?
Oh yeah. PCR tests, by the way, that's what so everybody that loves their
that much.
PCR tests in COVID, right? That's what they were using. By the way, none of them were positive now, but they randomly found some PCR positive birds and they were like, oh, nope, gotta kill them. And by the way, none of the RCMP agents were wearing masks, so they were so concerned about it's just bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Well, not only that, I think the other thing that's crazy about just the basic details of the situation is that for people like me who really got introduced to this story just recently, this is ongoing for months.
Yeah.
But that in itself is crazy because if common sense is thinking that this was a diagnosis that was made immediately and this is like they have to go.
Right.
And
it was a year later.
And the fact that it's so long after the fact.
Yeah.
And obviously the birds are fine.
Fine.
Like
Perfectly fine.
they have healed.
Yep.
You'd have to imagine that they did build some kind of an immunity. They're not sick. So I mean then again, you think about what they did to all of us for something that showed no symptoms. You remember when they said that no symptoms was a symptom?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God,
absolutely.
You remember the shit? Well, we forget half of the shit.
Oh, I know. I mean, I don't, but
we forget half of it.
We
man.
do as a public.
So
and
I was running a business in New York City.
Oh man,
I couldn't go places in New York City.
I will never forget. I fought every day.
Yeah.
I never wore a mask. I had customers come in and be like, "How come you don't get out of my store?"
Yeah.
Listen, dude, I'm not taking it.
Dude, and that's great. I'm so proud of you for doing that because in my neighborhood, so I got everybody knows this story, but I got fired I was working at a hospital up here and I got fired during that whole thing. But in my neighborhood, was the best little organic natural market ever, right? I just love that place. And it was like a block and a half away from my gym. So my routine was like, go to my gym and then I would walk to the store and they would always have new things. And I knew the owner and I'd be like, hey, can you get this? And he was like, it was just like one of those like quintessential local markets that you can talk to the owner. You can have them bring things in, try things, whatever. Just a beautiful place. And I went up there one day and it was closed. It was I don't even remember when it was. It was during all the insanity, during COVID, during the pandemic. And some Karen, probably that woman who was interviewing, interviewing what's her name, had called the health officials because not because he wasn't allowing people to wear a mask, because he wasn't requiring it. He's like, wear a mask if you want to wear one. because obviously it protects you. But no, he wasn't forcing people to wear a mask. So they closed him down for like a short period of time, and he reopened. And then eventually, whoever these people were or person was, they kept turning him in. And eventually the fines got too much and he had to close. So in the greatest stroke of irony, right, is like what you need in a time where there's supposed public health emergency is places that actually provide you with food that can nourish your body, because terrain theory is a real thing. The better you take care of yourself and your immune system, the better chances you have of defending off any disease, COVID or anything else, because that matters. You yell at a store. Why are you shopping there? First of all, if you're so obsessed with masks, you probably shouldn't leave your house.
Right.
But you shut down the one place, really, in my whole neighborhood, that was offering real quality organic food for all of us. So we lost everything because some Karen went out there and wanted to shut them down. So I give you a ton of credit for that, because when I met that owner after, he turned it in like a dog park because he loved dogs. He's like, well, I have the lease. I think, or maybe he owned the building. It was in his family. He's like, I'm going to make something out of it.
Dude, short story. I had New York City housing. They have zero. There's no residential above me. Housing. One agent came in and didn't know who was the acting. But if my employees want to wear masks, that's on them. Sure. I didn't require anybody to wear a mask. I had a 2 customer limit at a time to create some sort of space, because we didn't, we wanted people to feel comfortable. But everybody was more than welcome to wait outside. I had heaters in the winter.
That's going above and beyond.
We tried, man.
Yeah.
And this guy tells the other dude, you got to tell that guy to put a mask on, talking about me. I said, you going to put it on my face? I'm not enough.
I know.
Enough, dude. Crack a history book, dude.
No, because this was never, ever about public health. No. They wanted to put places like you out of business. Remember? You could go to Walmart.
Bro, it wasn't
you could go to Lowe's or Home Depot, but you couldn't go to a local hardware store.
No, the trickle down was even worse. I told everybody about this one place in Rye. It was a hair salon that Lauren used to go to every once in a while. And these psycho bitches that ran the hair salon, they wouldn't let her come in without showing proof of vaccination. She was wearing a mask, all that stuff. They wouldn't let her come in without showing proof of vaccination. She's like, and Lauren's like, I'm not showing you anything. And they started citing non-existent New York state law.
Show me your papers.
Seriously, they created their own.
Wow.
Their own crazy. I hope they're out of business now.
Mini tyrants. That created nothing more than a bunch of mini tyrants.
Well, because the government essentially made it okay. All these business owners that have been screwed since the 1960s with how they can run their businesses, who they can fire, who they can hire, what the standards of everything is. I mean, it's very hard to run a business when you can't. Everything's a civil rights issue.
Imagine.
But for 2020 to 2021, the civil rights headspace went right out the window, and the government was essentially saying, you put the screws to whoever the fuck you want.
Funny how that works, isn't it?
Yeah. We're standing behind you in this respect. Your employees and your customers, you leave no stone unturned, twist their arms until they get one thing or another, until they wear one thing or another. Incredible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was just like one of those things where you felt like you had Big Brother empowering you to be like a little mini president of your country. Like you're making the call in your little barber shop. This is my land.
Do you know that I had a butcher? He doesn't work for us anymore. He literally went and got the vaccine because he said, "Oh, they're going to make you check all of our vaccination record." I was like,
no.
I'm not your doctor, dude. Wow. And I don't want to be your doctor. I run the show here. You're an important part. You got vaccinated for what?
Because you were afraid I was going to check your... Wow.
I can't believe you think that little... I didn't even care if you wore a mask. You think I was going to worry about a vaccine?
Wow.
It was sad. It's sad.
No, it's sad. It was incredibly sad. I lost respect for so many people that I formerly really respected. But again, you never. This goes back to our adversity conversation. You never really know who people are until there's something to.
Until it's easier for them to be a bitch.
Yeah. I was going to say test your character, but that works too. Yeah, I mean, that's really what it comes down to when you see that, when they're presented with that choice and you're like, okay, now I'm going to really get to see who you are. And, you know, a lot of people made me really proud. And a lot of people, I was like, well,
A lot of people dropped the ball,
I may
brother.
still converse with you, and we still may be acquaintables, but I'll never trust you.
No, I don't.
And I don't feel the same way about you that I
don't
used
like
to.
it. I don't like
No,
it.
I don't like it either.
It's tough. It really is. And we have a couple of things that we got to do before we end here in 10 minutes and get on the flip side until the lights go out. I want to get through the super chats. Oh, but first thing, because when you're talking about the euthanizing of the murder of the ostriches, where's the hell's that clip that I have over here? Oh, there you go. I don't know if this is the exact line.
What did I say before?
It is a I don't know, from South Park. It was when Butters was a dog, rough, and he was in the vet and they were going to euthanize him. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I love that show, but I don't think I saw that episode.
Oh man. Well, anyway, it was apparent in this one episode where all the doctors at this pound, they just really loved killing the dogs. And so Butters was running the risk of being euthanized. And when they got Butters, they escaped with Butters or something like that. And the doctor came in with his needle and he's looking around. Butters not there. He said something along the lines of, "Oh well, maybe I'll just go murder one of these other dogs." But I gotta see if this is I have a clip here. It's 15 seconds. I don't know if it is, but I think this is the sweet dose of murder line. Hold on.
It just makes me sick how some people can treat animals. Well, nothing we can do for it. Let's put it to sleep, shall we? Here you go, Pop. I've got a sweet dose of murder for you. What the? Blasted! He's escaped! Oh well, let's murder one of these other dogs.
That's what that was great. South Park. Those are great years.
Oh man, that show.
I haven't peeked in on it in a long time, but the lines like that,
I love it.
I'm ready to comment. I'm ready to whip those lines out at any given moment. So I got a sweet dose of murder for you.
Oh yeah, that's so we
Hold on, wait, I gotta hear that again. Wait.
Just makes me sick how some people can treat animals. Well, nothing we can do for it. Let's put it to sleep, shall we? Here you go, Pop. I've got a sweet dose of murder for you. What the? Blasted! He's escaped! Oh well, let's murder one of these other dogs.
He's just determined.
Always ahead of the curve, South Park.
Yeah, they were. Now they're behind the 8 ball.
Mm-hmm.
Are they?
I've only read about the kind of shit that is coming out in this last season. Like I said, I haven't watched it in several seasons.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
God, they were like, that was appointment viewing.
Trey Parker and Matt Stone got visited.
It may seem that way.
Really?
Probably.
That would be such a sad thing.
Why? Everybody else got a visit.
No, I know, but I mean, like they were always just so sort of like irreverent when it came to that stuff. And
they've been around for forever.
Yeah.
I'm 38. I can barely remember a time in my life where they haven't been around.
If I remember correctly, it originated as there's like a specific
97, 98
Christmas. It was like a Christmas card. It was like and in the animation, the voices were very different. But and I think it had something to do with George Clooney. It was like a Christmas card to George Clooney. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely off on this, but I believe that. And it was like Jesus versus Santa. I think that was the original inception of what South Park was. It was just like it was a short. Yeah. And I remember seeing the original short being like, wow, this is really funny. And then they turned it into what we know as South Park. And the aliens
were communicating with the cows.
They brought that title back, right? Didn't Jesus?
I think so, yeah.
And then Jesus versus Satan.
Yeah. So, and that was like the theme of Satan was a big part of the movie.
Yeah.
But Jesus versus Santa, I think was the original.
They brought back essentially the Saddam Hussein.
Yes.
thing, but made him Trump now, I think.
Oh, really?
The same voice, the same
really?
flappy head.
Usually.
Yeah.
Usually the mouth like that is Canadians.
I know. Either that or Saddam Hussein.
Okay.
I don't know. No, oh, listen.
I think he was Satan's gay lover.
Oh my, yes.
I think
In the
so.
movie, Saddam Hussein was Satan's gay lover.
Bigger,
that movie was so friggin' funny.
That's the best. It really is fantastic.
I saw it in the theaters.
Bigger, longer, and uncut. I didn't see it in the theaters, but we watched.
I seen it in theaters. My mother took me.
Dude,
I was like 10.
Okay, you know what we're going to listen to on the flip side?
What?
We're going to listen to some of the songs on that soundtrack.
Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker.
No, but I'm talking about even like I'm even talking like the Michael McDonald's track.
Oh yeah.
In the Eyes of a Child. Sure, life is kind of gay, but it doesn't seem that way.
Brian Boitano.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. What would Brian
Sure,
Boitano
he'd kick an
do?
ass or two. That's what Brian Boitano do.
Even you know, Metallica doing the little boy, you're going to hell song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. Wow.
That movie was out of control.
Dude, that song, that we tried covering that. I wanted to hear a full. Hold on, wait. Little boy, you're going to hell.
I kind of want to watch the original South Park thing if we can find it because I think it's pretty short too.
I'm in.
Understand and proceed. Let's see here.
What is this place? Beyond the stars, wonder. No! Little boy, you're going to hell! Set my words for rocks in the buzz, and now this is your tale. You ain't going back to sleep till you land his tail. Little boy, it's time for you to pay. Hurting that bird and not going to church and staring at bull every day. Thought you were a man, instead you're in hell. Hell isn't good, hell isn't good.
Hell isn't good, hell isn't good, hell.
Dude,
That's right. I love the lyrics.
So it was 1992, and it was called it's only 3 or 4 minutes, so if you want, we can watch it on the flip. It was called The Spirit of Christmas.
That's how it started.
Yeah, 1992.
It makes sense. Let's do these super chats.
Okay.
Stove says, Happy Veterans Day, Frank, Jay, and Sal. Well, happy Veterans Day to the veterans out there. We have plenty of them in this audience. Enjoy the week, gents. Hope all is well. Thank you. Jay Britt says, Frank, Jay, Sal, what an all-star panel. Great show. I knew it would be. And those two, thank you. I got you in the running for these wonderful prizes here tonight.
All right.
This is going to be an easy one for people to win. In fact, Rumble has some rants that are making it competitive, at least. I thought that YouTube was going to jump all over it. Awakened Boomer says, Powerhouse duo tonight, Frank. Well, trio, if you can count me.
Oh, well.
Anyway, thank you, Awakened Boomer. I understand what you meant. It's a pairing of guests that I love having together. Jay Semo says, fantastic discussion with Sal and Jay. Thank you. And I put all your names in. I found a way to slip it in. Linda Love says, so can I put pluck on my dog food?
Yes.
Why not?
Yeah. Just organ meats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably do the original.
Yeah, I was going to say,
don't do like the zesty
no spices or anything.
Yeah, don't do the garlic one or anything like that. I would just get the original. It's just, I'm telling you, it's really amazing. I have all three. James sent me all three. The first batch I had, and it's just in the Lazy Susan, and I love it. You take the steak off the grill. I mean, you do all the prepping, and you get the oil and the salt and all that stuff. You take the steak off the grill, just butter it down, and then the pluck on top of the buttery hot surface. Let it cool a little bit, and damn, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. Jay Semo says, do you get the ground organ meat at a local butcher? I don't know where Lauren gets it. It's a specific brand.
I think she uses, she sent me a picture. I think it's Force of Nature.
Okay.
Is the brand. But there's other, so I get mine from an Amish farm, but there's local farms that do it. There's,
do you mix?
I could do it. No problem.
If you go to the butcher and somebody like Sal, if you go into Sal's shop and say, I'd like some ground beef, and can you just work in some liver and kidneys in there?
Yeah.
I'll experiment with you. I'll send you a couple of different blends.
Damn. Yeah, do
okay.
that.
We'll take some ground beef because I'm getting some steak and some chicken from Sal's a couple of times a month. Figure.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to get to know your butcher, right? I would say that's
how you doing? Hey.
Yeah. It's good to know a guy. I know a guy.
I can get a good look at a T-bone by sticking my head up a horse's ass. A cow's ass, but I take the butcher's head for it. I screwed that up.
You're doing just like the movie. You're doing it just like the movie.
But I'll give the butcher head for it.
Shut these cameras off.
Unbelievable. What a failure.
I get a good look at it. Wait, no, it's got to be your butcher. Wait,
it's got to be your bull. Tommy Boy's just a classic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway,
definitely top 10 best comedies ever.
It's up there, man.
And then there's Black Sheep, which is just Tommy Boy Part 2.
Yeah, the Black Sheep. I enjoyed it, but it's not as good as Tommy Boy.
It's not.
Anyway, who knows what could have been?
Prehistoric forest.
Here, let's see here. Frank is about to fall. Watch out there, man. Jay Semo says, did you get the ground? Okay, so thank you, Jay. Lauren says Whole Foods. Rifleman 1007 says, just checking in, Frank. Going to listen to this one later. It's always a great episode when Jay is on, and I'm also excited to hear from Sal again. Yeah. Wart Guy says, I just want to say hello.
Hello
to the A-team.
Hello.
Thank you, Paul. Okay, and over on Pilled, I got everybody in here, and let's see. Delona, thank you. Minnesota Girl says, thank you so much. Amethyst Cat, this show is meat heavy, and we are all here for it. Much love, y'all.
Okay.
We didn't really even talk about food until the second hour.
I know, it's weird. I kind of was like, are we going to talk about meat all night?
No.
I could do that.
You exude it.
I know, you think about the people we have in the room right now. We've got Jay, and did you see the Quite Frankly cartoons made by Kelsey?
Oh, it was amazing.
This is on
Jay's
Instagram.
medicine cabinet. It's amazing.
I can't believe I haven't seen this yet.
Well, Sal, I have to imagine that you're going to get a cartoon made of you right now. Well, I was told. Let me.
I'm so excited.
Let me see.
Oh
here.
my God, this is my dream, dude. You don't even know.
Here, this is Jay's medicine cabinet by Kelsey K.
Okay, that one I seen.
That's great.
And it's just a meat locker.
So good.
Now,
so great.
She even spelled my name right.
Yeah, and she sent over the first one she sent over was the possum watching Quite Frankly on a couch. And it was really I actually have it right there at my desk at home. It's really nice. She made looking at a possum okay for me. But the other thing there too is she teased me. And I'm going to tease you guys too. She said that she has a concept that she's working on for a King 40 cartoon that's going to take a little bit of time because it's very detailed. But I have to imagine that Sal's going to get his own one day too.
Yeah.
I mean, you have this barbell butcher.
Dude, King 40 though, that guy. That guy. I love that guy. I get DMs from him all the time. You're talking about a kindred spirit?
Oh, I know.
That guy. Oh my God.
You know what?
I love you, brother.
We should probably just put him in the group chat. Because
at this point, dude,
I know what he's sending you. Oh my gosh. Let's see. All right, let's see. Amethyst Cat, thank you. Heavy D, thank you. Corey says, put me in the raffle, please. You are in, Corey. So is Tomcat74, says, thank you for all the very supportive Franklies. Nathan says, I had my first signal shake today and did not expect the Luke Skywalker blue space milk, but it was fantastic.
It does have that, actually. You're right. That's a good comparison.
It's the only shake, and I'm going to give away a bag of that on the air.
That's a good prize. It's a
great
big
prize.
bag, and it's
heavy, it's expensive, and it's amazing. And that's the only shake that I opt for the vanilla.
I agree.
I go chocolate with everything.
Yep.
So yeah.
And there's liver, heart, kidney, spleen, and brain, I think. Even in that one.
Lauren, can you I know Lauren's watching right now. Can you please remind me to bring the signals to the studio tomorrow so I can give it away tomorrow night? That would be wonderful. Thank you, sweetie. Our 4 cents says meat cookie. Sent over meat cookie. And Filter Dog says Yogananda Pittman is police chief at Berkeley after J6 debacle.
I remember that name. At Berkeley, California, I'm assuming. Yeah.
So our 4 cents and Filter Dog. Let me put that.
We should do, Sal, next time, we should do some kind of like live, I don't know what we could do in this room, like get like a hot plate. We'll do like, just cook up a couple of like Swedish meatballs or something. Or
I'm in.
Do something here while I don't know.
We'll do a live stream. We'll do a live stream from somebody's house or something. We'll do something.
We'll figure it out. I'm liking it.
Like it's the Today Show. Remember they always bring a cook on and they just talk about things. Except we would have really cool conversations.
Well, it's 9:04. Let's get this underway.
All right,
everybody, ready? So we have about 20 or so entries right now, and let's see who the first one is going to win. Is going to win the special shirt. Let's see here. The first name is Awakened Boomer. Awakened Boomer, you email me, frank@quitefrankly.tv, and you let me know whether or not you want a large white shirt or an extra large black shirt. And we'll have 2 more to give away after that. Email me. And now who's going to win the Fun Uncle Secret Santa package?
Uncle?
Oh, it's the dick laser, dude.
This is the
Get the hell out of here. It's Wart Guy again. Well, you know,
What?
Paul Wortman, listen, I guess you got to be in it to win it. And not many people threw in tonight, so the probability was high. And so, Paul, send me your address again, and I'll put this out in the mail either tomorrow or the day after that. And somebody's going to have a really great laugh. Well, actually, no. This is going to give the laugh. This is I'm going to leave this in my my bug out bag and all that stuff. And this is just a nice little koozie that you can start using in the summertime when your drinks start perspiring and you don't want your hand to get clammy. Anyway, all right, everybody get in touch with me or else we're giving those away. Until next time, the Pluck seasoning. Go use that code. It's in the description of the episode. And hopefully we can get James on some other day. I just talked to him today.
It's weird. It must have been a time zone thing.
Hopefully he's okay, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully all is well.
This is the time of year for it, though.
Yeah.
Holiday cooking.
We're not stopping. We're going to go for another 25 minutes until the lights go out over here at 9:30. And we've got some memories to go through, some music. We're going to be reading the general chat. So come on over to the flip side. I'm going to put the link in the description below. If you're watching on Instagram and I can't get you a link, you can just go to quitefrankly.tv and press play. Okay, that is essentially the pilled.net stream. So Sal, Jay, healthreclamationproject.com. Everybody go.
You can still use the code Turkey45 if you want a membership, and that works now. Sorry about last time.
Guys, it's a wonderful community, information sharing, and also highly interactive with all of those wonderful lives that butt right up against, quite frankly. So I know quite a few people in this audience who do a lot of it, and we're gonna be doing a little bit of crossover on that on Sunday the 23rd. As you know, you should be live if you can find a way to be live with your people.
I might, and then December 11th, I think we're gonna try an even bigger one with like an even bigger group. We want to make that like the official full recipe thing together too. So I think we're gonna have a blast.
And what we got to get you back over here sometime soon too.
Oh yeah,
dude, let's do it.
I would love when you sit in. Everybody does. So this is great. Sal, Barbell Butcher. Just look out for all the things I tag him in on Instagram. And yeah, we will be. I'll catch you on the flip side. We'll be right back after the end credits. Check in the chat room for the links. No. I've been really doing great lately, to be honest.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Again, everybody, the link is in the chat room. Go check it out. Follow us through. Have a great night. Thank you so much to everybody who hung out.
Goodbye.
All right, that's it. Thanks, everybody.